Good morning, John. Good morning, Shelly. I hope you both are doing very well. I did not forget about making a response to the podcast that you all made last month. My life was just extremely busy. It still is. And that's why I'm doing this now. Before people knock at my door and before whatever happens in my business. But I wanted to respond to you all, especially in light of what happened yesterday regarding a citizen shooting a homeless woman on the street yesterday here in Rio. I thought that it really indemnifies exactly what can happen here in Rio. Years ago, there was a movie with Clint Eastwood, I believe. My mother used to like, she used to call them shoot 'em ups, cowboy movies. And it was called The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And sometimes I feel Rio is like that. It can be good, bad, or ugly. And yesterday, it really showed the bad and the ugly. The shooting of a homeless woman on the street that was only asking for what amounts to be 23 cents. Independently, I can't even say it correctly. Independently, I speak in Portuguese. Regardless of the price, that or money or the price of the money that she was asking. The problem is that there was more value given to walking away, or more value given toward money rather than the person's life. I bring that up because solidarity here in Rio is like zilch. And you see that everywhere in society, amongst the poor, middle class, rich, doesn't matter what economic strata people are coming from. You see it everywhere. If you're on the street and you don't have any money, you deserve to die. That's the way they think. But the only problem with that now is that because of the global economic crisis, more and more middle class people are being pushed to the street. Normally it would make you think, but I find that it's not doing this. People are still not thinking. And I think that it has a lot to do with the class mentality of a lot of individuals here in Rio. Whereas if you're on the street, you're amongst a certain class of people. And anyone in that class, anything can happen to you. And anything should happen to you. So, for example, a woman was shot on the street here, a homeless woman, yesterday in Rio. But I bet you it does not make a beep in the news 7 days from now. I think people will forget about it. The memory of many Brazilians is like non-existent. And I think a lot of this has to do with the average age of individuals too. The average age of Brazilians is 23. So when you tie that with a young population, a population in which most people are not educated, as well as the corruption and everything else that happens regarding police and police brutality, people just don't think. And they don't think that they really have power to really change the current circumstances of today. And I really find that to be the case. And Shelly, when it comes to you regarding sugar, how something can be here and then it can disappear, and will disappear. I find that regarding society, rather than having something that lasts, everything disappears. Everything evaporates. Everything is as if it's here today, gone tomorrow. And the sad fact about that is that you can't have a real society, something that's real, something that's lasting in a situation like that. And I find that you see that everywhere. You see that regarding policy toward the Amazon, regarding policy to the poor, regarding the corruption in the country. You see it everywhere. This here today, gone tomorrow mentality. No one thinks that they have power to make change. That's not the case in areas where there are more concentrated, educated individuals. For example, go to Sao Paulo, go to Curitiba, very different. But Curitiba has another problem too, and that is the connection to neo-Nazism. Curitiba is full of people that are descendants from Germany, and it plays out in the politics, and it plays out in the ways in which people interact. I find it interesting. Brazil is great, but it's horrible too. United States is great, but it's horrible too. You go to California, largest single population of homeless people in the country living on the street of any other country, any other state in the United States. And they will not build affordable housing. They will not do sustained planning just for that reason, just to keep property values high, even though people are living on the street and in great number. I think it's sick. I think it's un-American, but they do not. And that really confounds me. That really bothers me. I don't know how you can call yourself American in a situation like that. But anyway, I don't want to get off the point. But it's nice to talk to you both, and maybe we can do this more. I apologize, my response has been so late, but I've been so busy. But I think this is a way that possibly might work. Take care. Goodbye. Good morning. Later again.